This is an L sample answer. Keep practicing to build confidence. To try a mock test with these questions, watch our mock test video. The link to the PDF document is in the first comment. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. Let's start off by talking about sitting down. Where is your favorite place to sit?
I enjoy sitting by the window in my living room. It's a cozy spot where I can relax, read a book, or simply watch the scenery, especially during peaceful mornings or rainy afternoons.
Do you always sit down for a long time?
Not always, but it depends on the situation. For work or studying, I might sit for hours. However, I make a conscious effort to stand up and stretch regularly to stay comfortable.
Do you feel sleepy when you are sitting down?
Yes, I do occasionally, especially if I'm sitting in a soft, comfortable chair or haven't had much sleep. However, if I'm focused on an engaging task, I can easily stay awake.
When you were a kid, did you usually sit on the floor?
Yes, I often did, particularly while playing games, drawing, or watching TV. Sitting on the floor felt natural and gave me more freedom to move around while doing activities I enjoyed.
Do you prefer sitting on a chair or lying down to relax?
I prefer lying down to relax because it's much more comfortable. It helps me unwind completely, especially after a long day, whether I'm watching a movie, scrolling on my phone, or resting.
That's the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. In this part, you will have 1 minute to prepare and then speak up to 2 minutes. Describe your favorite climate. You should say what kind of climate it is, where the climate occurs, how hot or cold the climate is, and explain why you like this type of climate.
I really love a temperate climate because it's mild and comfortable all year round. The weather isn't too hot or too cold, and it's usually a nice mix of warm summers, cool winters, and some rain. It feels perfect for doing everyday activities without worrying about extreme weather. I find it really enjoyable because it's predictable and easy to adjust to. This kind of climate is common in places like Southern Europe, such as Italy or France, or even in parts of Australia and New Zealand. Coastal areas like California also have this type of weather. These places usually have sunny days with a gentle breeze, which makes them popular for both living and visiting. It's the kind of climate where you can be outside most of the time and really enjoy nature. The temperature in a temperate climate is just right. It usually stays between 10 and 25 degrees Celsius. Summers are warm, but not too hot, around 20 to 25 degrees, and winters are cool but not freezing. Even in the colder months, you can still go out comfortably with just a light jacket. It's great because the weather never feels too extreme. I love this climate because it supports an active lifestyle and creates a peaceful atmosphere. You can enjoy outdoor activities like hiking, cycling, or picnicking year-round without worrying about the weather. It also allows for a great variety of plants to grow, contributing to the beautiful scenery. It just feels calm and relaxing to live in this kind of weather.
That's the end of part 2. Now we are going to move on to part 3. We'll continue discussing the topic of climate. How does the climate in your country affect people's daily lives?
In my country, the climate plays a big role in people's routines. For example, summers are very hot, so most people try to stay indoors during the afternoon. Many offices and schools adjust their timings to avoid the peak heat. However, during the rainy season, flooding can disrupt daily life, making it hard to commute.
Do you think people are choosing where to live based on the climate more than before? Why?
Yes, people now consider the climate more when choosing where to live. Climate comfort has become a priority. For example, some people prefer coastal areas for their mild weather, while others avoid cities with extreme winters. Additionally, as remote work becomes more common, people have more freedom to relocate to places with pleasant weather.
What are some advantages and disadvantages of living in a place with extreme weather?
Living in a place with extreme weather has its pros and cons. For example, snowy regions can be beautiful and attract tourists for skiing or other winter sports. But on the downside, heavy snow can block roads and cause power outages. Similarly, hot deserts might offer unique landscapes, but can make outdoor activities almost impossible during the day.
How might climate change affect the way people live in the future?
Climate change will likely force people to adapt their lifestyles. For example, rising temperatures may make air conditioning a necessity, even in places that never needed it before. Agriculture may also shift. Crops that need cooler climates might no longer grow in some regions. This could change how and where people live globally.
Do you think governments should do more to adapt cities and homes to different climates?
Yes, governments should definitely take actions. For instance, in flood-prone areas, better drainage systems and elevated housing should be prioritized. In hot regions, public spaces should have shaded areas and more greenery to keep temperatures down. A good example is Singapore, where they've created green roofs and vertical gardens to combat the heat.
That's the end of the speaking test. Good job.